All right, y'all, let's do another read. I just did like an all signs read, so if you want to look at a reading for your zodiac sign, you can check that out. I want to go back to these apples to apples cards because I keep picking up on like some energy around something big happening with aliens, UFOs. I know we finally had like this, hearing where they talked about, what's going on with the government and having like alien technology. You know, things kind of roll out slow, they say. So it may actually be, I don't know, it may actually be something coming down. Because I had pulled a card that said alien, something like alien invasion, and then I dropped the card, and that was the Area 51 card. So let's kind of revisit and see what's happening with that. Dog farts. Dog farts. In some cases, the fart is worse than their bite. So I don't know. This could be like that. Could be like this energy of why would we? So two things I'm getting with that. First, why would we? You know, if you think about an alien invasion, right? Why would they kind of come out and like really disclose it? It's because like the hysteria may actually be worse than whatever the threat of alien invasion might be. Like so it has to be kind of this slow rollout, and perhaps that is why UFOs don't make themselves completely visible. The most recent thing that I've seen kind of out there that's very popular is that people are kind of discussing the disappearance of that Malaysia airline flight, and if that was somehow related to something like an alien abduction. And of course, there's a lot of people who claim to have been abducted by aliens. There's like some mass sightings that have happened across the globe where, young children have all come forward and said that, they experienced seeing crafts land and actually seeing beings, and the beings kind of behaving in very peculiar ways. All you gotta do is a little research and you can kind of find those. And of course, for me, I have family members who have, experienced together a sighting, not of a craft, but of a light like orb, which perhaps that's more benevolent than alien. But we don't know where those things kind of intersect, and we don't know if it's people from the future. It's more likely that it is someone from the and when I say future, I mean that loosely, because they can be from the future and the past at the same time, if you understand what that means. But okay, and dog farts, the other thing I get right from that is like, I think there's like some kind of interracial porn company called dog farts. I'm sitting in the rearview mirror, a hawk flying across back there. What else about this alien? All the alien chitter chatter that's happening at the moment. Anything else? Alien chitter chatter. Taco Bell. Taco Bell. I mean, aliens have the word alien, is often used to describe, immigrants, right? Mexicans often. So live más is what this card says. Live more. So it may be that, you know, the agenda is that, you know, to get people to live more, because I don't know if you realize it's hot all the time. It's hot. Take that. All right, one more message. What else do we? A desert island, because this is what the earth is headed toward, becoming a desert island. Evil and snuggly, cuddly, loving, huggable, evil, sinful, bad, and corrupt. You know, if you want to talk about what's evil, for sure, you know, kind of destroying the planet is perhaps a very evil thing. And perhaps, you know, some people are just greedy. One of the things I read recently was like, you know, some of that reverse alien technology would completely, you know, get rid of the whole fossil fuel industry, which is unsustainable anyway. And so if you're able to replace that, you know, a lot of people lose that income source. Well, you know, all the money that, you know, that the wealthy already makes. But royalty, you know, they don't get to hold on to that. Like the super wealthy don't get to hold on to that, but they'd rather see the planet completely destroyed and becoming a desert island than to look at how, you know, crazy it is everywhere. And if you, I kind of mentioned like the sighting that the kids had in Zimbabwe, and you know, basically they talked about the message that was really like delivered to them kind of telepathically, and it was all about, we are becoming too technologized. We are, you know, not focusing enough on, you know, the planet that we live on. You know, if you look at some of the recent images from the Mars helicopter, you'll see that very clearly that, you know, there used to be water on the surface of Mars, and there's no longer water on the surface of Mars, right? And you know, it's just dry and desolate now. And so, you know, who knows how long that will be the case. You know, if a similar outcome is headed for Earth. And you know, it may not completely become like a Mars, but we probably are in the period where, you know, we have to make decisions that can actually prolong, you know, our survival on this particular planet. Because it could be that, you know, that whatever, you know, aliens that are that we see showing up are, you know, whatever was left from either a similar situation or, you know, the future similar situations that may unfold here on this planet. So that's something to think about. I'm always interested in people's kind of experiences with, you know, UFOs, aliens, that kind of thing. I've never had any like 3D experiences with UFOs and aliens, but certainly, you know, as I have astral travel, and sometimes you never know who you're interacting with, but in the astral, I've seen quite a few things that, you know, perhaps speak to that, and it's a very, very interesting thing to experience. But I do feel like something, you know, related to, UFOs is coming down. And it's so interesting too that like the whole Malaysia airline thing is popping back up, because the thing that was most significant about that to me is the fact that, and I don't know if this was the Malaysia, there was two aircraft that went down. Both were, I feel like, Malaysian Airlines aircrafts that year in 2014. 2014 was the last 7 year that we had. But that second plane that went down, that was shot down, and I think they just prosecuted some Russians for shooting down that plane, was that there was 100 like HIV AIDS researchers going to a conference on one of those planes. So that seemed like a bigger conspiracy than like the whole UFO thing. But I don't know. Tell me what you think.